And again, a lot going on. Very cool in scope of things. And if played better, would have been just like it was already like a 7 out of 10, which is really good.
Yeah.
And if for the time, it was probably like an 8.5, 9 out of 10.
I think most people in the time frame would say that it was a 10 out of 10.
It would have been for me. For me, it would have been a 10 out of 10 and would have held up as a 10 out of 10 if they had.
If we grew up in that time. If we were.
Oh, no. If the writing had been changed.
If it was a little bit different.
Yeah.
A lot different, then it would have been 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Let the characters be themselves. Let them breathe. That's what I have to say.
Nice.
So we were talking about the fact that there are no bras in space beforehand. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Classic George. Curious George, I like to call him.
I like when movies let things be what they need to be. And what I mean by that is not like having the creator of the movie just like insert themselves and their desires into things. Because things should be able to live and speak and breathe on their own without somebody's ego coming in and going, yeah, Carrie Fisher, you don't need a bra. There's no bras in space. But we are going to put you in a bikini for the third movie.
Yeah, that was definitely him using his manpower to ogle women.
Yeah, not cool.
No. But
women are your friend.
Well, we did talk about this. We did. I don't know.
Not your objects.
We did talk about this off camera, or maybe it was on camera. I don't know. I'll have to, when it comes out, I'll rewatch it. Where we talked about George Lucas just he's got a great vision and ideas, but his execution is
very lackluster. Yeah, very lackluster.
So
I think that if he could have found a really, really good writing friend, like Steven Spielberg has.
Yeah. Or, he could have been, he needed a Daniel to his Daniel, like the Daniels did with him. They collaborate together, they work together. He needed somebody like that. So,
you want to talk about cool things about this movie?
I thought we just did. I thought we've been spending
about the no bras in space. You thought that was it? So
I wouldn't wear any bras in space.
It's true, same. So what you were talking about earlier about how everything was practical effects, what that means is that there was no computer inserted imagery in all of this. This is all shot on film.
Until they tried
developed on film.
They remastered it and messed it all up.
Yeah,
a bunch of clutter,
which is not great.
I think when the technology came to be, George Lucas went a little crazy with it in episodes 1 through 3.
Yeah, because it helped reach the vision, I guess. But they were already doing that, and it was cool.
It made it feel cold.
They did it regularly.
Lifeless.
Yeah, and Jar Jar Binks existed, which probably shouldn't have happened.
Oh, long time ago. In a galaxy far away.
So all of the visuals were done with the help of a company that was created called Industrial Light and Magic, ILM. Which included the works of people like Adam Savage of Mythbusters fame.
Yeah.
He worked at ILM. Not specifically on Star Wars, I don't believe, but he worked on a bunch of other stuff. And the ships that were made using a technique called kit bashing, where they would get like Gundam models or like, you know what I'm talking about? Like those
model airplane plastic.
Yeah. And they would just take random parts and they just put them together, spray paint them, and make them look weathered so they look like they were used. And that's how they made the ships. The explosions were actual small-scale explosions.
Yep. On miniatures, yep.
On miniatures. And, yeah, it's really cool. The sets, like you said, were a lot of painted backdrops and then practical sets.
Yeah, I would... as iconic as the movie is... I might, and this might be controversial, the behind the scenes is a little bit more interesting.
Hey.
The making of the movie.
Welcome. He's made it.
Especially for Star Wars, because it's so cool to go back in time and see how they kind of made what we see and how the creative ways they came up with to get the effects that they wanted without having the things that we have now.
Do you remember how the lightsabers were made?
Weren't they just plastic things that I don't know?
They were for the prequels.
Yeah.
For the originals, they just had hilts like this. And in post, somebody had to hand paint every frame with the lightsabers in it.
That's crazy.
It's really cool. That's what we mean by practical. Practical doesn't always mean like it happened in real life. It just means that there weren't computer-generated effects.
Yeah, everything was
do
done
it.
manually.
Yeah, it's like they saw it at some point in some form,
Yeah.
and it got captured onto the film.
Yeah.
Which, as I guess you could say, like at that point, if they're painting in frames, that it's sort of animation too.
I imagine that those visuals were kind of like the first time Toy Story came out. Everybody was losing their minds.
Yeah, definitely.
I literally saw a video the other day of someone interviewing for like one of those news people. PlayStation 2 was coming out, and they were like, the graphics, dude, like from 5 feet away, it just looks like realistic. And they cut to a graphic of it.
And you're like, there's no way.
They're all blocky and
The dog, yeah. It's Toy Story itself ages really, really well, especially in the visuals,
yeah.
until you get to see the kids. Until a person shows up and you're like, oh, that's terrifying. So Jarvis, we're coming up on that time, and I want to know, do you want me to go first on my rating? I usually make you go first.
Yeah, you go first this time.
Own it. Surprisingly, you should own it. It's a piece of
history.
Yeah, it is a piece of not just like pop culture history, but film history, because that movie progressed forward like visual effects and to a point CGI so far ahead of where it would have been, just because they kept on going, well, how do we make this look more realistic?
I imagine a lot of filmmakers in that era that watched it were like, how the hell did they do that?
And
you
then,
know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely one of those they're watching and they're like, man, I wonder how they did that. And then they hear like, oh, it was miniatures on a backdrop, and they go, that's so fucking cool.
Why didn't we think about
Why didn't I know about this? You could, yeah, of course you could just shoot miniatures. Of course.
Yeah.
And it's super cool. So yeah, I say own it. I don't, but that's because the DVDs are stupid expensive still.
Yeah. But I agree. Own it and rewatch it many times. Watch the behind the scenes stuff for sure.
But be realistic about it, okay? This isn't the best movie to ever exist. These aren't the best movies to ever exist. They're good. They do not hold up. I dare say here it is. You ready? You ready for the downvotes?
Okay. Yeah.
I dare say
the downvotes.
I dare say The Force Awakens was a better version of A New Hope. I dare say it.
Okay.
I'll watch it again.
I don't know.
It's not new. The Force Awakens is not new.
Yeah.
It doesn't hold the same like weight that A New Hope does because it's not new.
Yeah.
Because A New Hope did everything
it loses lots
originally.
of points for being a copy and paste.
Right. But Disney does remakes a lot, and I feel like that might have been one of the better ones.
I mean, the visuals alone make it a lot more nice to watch.
Yeah. I'm not saying J.J. Abrams did good with Star Wars. I would never say that, actually. I don't think... Gun to my head.
You won't hear that on Full-Time Movie Fans coming out of our mouths.
Yeah, gun to my head. I will bullet. I'm not saying it.
Until we get big enough and somebody deep fakes us saying it.
I mean, I could do that right now. I can deep fake myself saying it right now.
Don't say that.
Yeah, own the movie. That's it.
Yep. Get a lightsaber.
Yeah, go to Batu. Go to Galaxy's Edge. I had a great time at Walt Disney World's in Florida, Galaxy Edge, and riding Smuggler's Run, Millennium Falcon. I'm saying it wrong, but that was my point. Is that whenever people do promotion for it, they're obviously getting paid for it because they say the names.
Yeah. Are you getting paid for it?
No, I am not.
Yeah. So, A New Hope. Do we have a new hope that Disney can make good Star Wars content?
No.
Yeah, agreed. They are just ringing this for all it's worth. This franchise,
And I happily paid hundreds of dollars for it.
they still get you.
It was so cool.
Yeah,
It was really cool.
it is cool.
There's a little barbecue place, and there's a robot that just sits there and roasts and turns the thing that roasts the meats. And every once in a while he'll go, turn, turn, turn. That's all I do. And you go, yeah, this is great. That is all he does.
Review. That's all we do.
You're absolutely correct.
Well, all right, guys. It's that time. Full-time movie fans reviewed A New Hope. Get laser sorted. Also, like and subscribe. Feel free to do that. I don't know if we've actually asked them to do that recently. Have we?
Do it right now or
I
else.
think you should ask them. I just asked them right now.
I'm not going to ask you. I'm telling you, like and subscribe.
Yeah, dude. We enjoy doing this. We want to continue to do this, and hopefully you enjoyed hanging out with us. I'm
Look at my $300 toy. Look at it.
$300. That's what $300 looks like, folks.
That is.
You know what's a lot
If
cheaper?
you count the crystals, it's more like 500. But we're not going to talk about that.
You know what's a lot cheaper than a lightsaber from Disney? A like and subscribe. It's super cheap.
But the lightsaber's really cool. So.
I agree.
And the droid is also really cool. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the whole trip.
It's one of
Was
my
making
favorite
the
parts
droid.
of the trip as well.
Thank you. His name's Scrap.
Speaking of scrap, this is the end of the review.
Bye.
We hope your day's everything you dreamed to be and more. Catch you in the next one.
Hey, full-time MFers. You liked this video? 'Cause we sure did. If you liked it, maybe you should share it with your friends. Maybe like the video and subscribe.
If we were you, that's what we would do. If I was watching this,
I'd be all over that.
Like, and I'd hit that share, and then I would hit that subscribe in that order.
Yeah. There's also another video that's popped up. YouTube thinks you like this one, so you should watch that one now.
See you next time.